Hey everyone, so today we're going to dive into something just a little bit different, and we're going to talk about lighting, because at first that sounds like a thing I don't do, but actually that is what I do all day long, is control light and how it works, because it passes through the lenses and into your eyes. But today we're going to focus on lighting, and in particular the reflections from lighting, because we all know anti-reflective coatings are great, but they're not the silver bullet. So let's talk about how we can get rid of that reflection and have some fun while we're at it. Of course, for starters, if you're new, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you can stay up to date, get the notifications of the latest videos as we talk about different glasses technology like the anti-reflective coatings, and review some different sunglasses along the way. We have fun, I have fun, and subscribers keep me here because I love you all and it's fun. I have fun with it. Anyways, let's get into what you're actually here for and what you want to see. And, maybe that's not my face. Now, as we all know, for videos, big, open, natural lighting is definitely the preferred method, right? And we have got this rather huge window here. What says 1, 2, 3, 4, 20 feet-ish. So tons of natural light coming in here, especially diffused from that big wire curtain and on a cloudy day to boot. But that means lots of reflections on the lenses. If you don't control and pay attention to what you're doing, you wind up with a whole video where you can't see anything but those reflections, and nobody really likes that much. But it really is as simple as controlling your angles. So let's take a look at that. We're going to set up a little bit differently here with some lighting that we can control instead of a nice big window, because like it or not, I can't move that window. Now I can control the camera angle and where my head is to change and reduce and minify the glare just a little bit, but that's not the perfect trick. So let's take a look at actually controlling the lights to set that up, or maybe even changing the angle of the glasses. What? Yep, it really is that simple. Now, just before we do that real quick, let's throw in one different scenario of lighting, because it's perfectly cloudy outside today, which means we have a ton of lighting all around us, but it's all from overhead. As you can see, these lenses practically disappear then. It doesn't even look like I have a lens in here unless you really, really know what you're looking for. You can kind of see a little bit of my prescription there. And that does that. But overall, the reflections are contained because all the light is from up there. It's a very soft diffuse light. It's actually really nice lighting today. I love when it's like this. I hate that it's rainy and gloomy. Actually, I don't mind that so much. Other people do. Whatever. But this kind of lighting is really perfect for videos. It's all above. There's nothing right in front of me reflection-wise, and even the reflection from the phone here, you can see there's not enough light coming off of it to really make a reflection and cause a problem. Now, this is set up entirely differently, and excuse me because I don't have a ring light, but I do have a very bright small light, and you'll see there is that wonderful little reflection, right? So the angle of the lighting actually does this. This one, you can see I've got it practically right in front of my eyes, and you can see that from the shadow and where it falls, and you can definitely tell how bright it is when I put that shadow right over my face. But just to show you a little bit, it is one of those little fancy LED work lights. You've got your chipboard right in there. I've got this actually matted a little bit to diffuse light a little bit better, so it's not as intense from the one tiny spot, and you can see that on camera pretty easily. What is different here though, of course, you can move this up or down and adjust where the light is at, if I can remember what does what. So we can move that up and down, right? And as we move the light, you will see, here we go. So right now it's still kind of right there in front of my face, but if we move that up just a hair, it changes that. So now, just like when I was outdoors, the lighting was perfect, it was beautiful, it was way overhead. I've got a little bit of a weird shadow from the frame across my eyes, and that you would need to fix with a little bit more fill light, which is what I do like about this being straight on, is you don't get the weird shadow behind the glasses. But if I hold my head in the right position with the glasses properly adjusted, you don't pick up the reflection too much. It's still there, but it's not anything too crazy. But, like I mentioned, if we raise that up just a tick, and I'm trying to do this with one hand, not so easy, then that reflection's gone, and it works really, really nicely, right? So say you're setting up for your TikToks and your light is right there in front of your face and your camera is right here, which, that's kind of where I end up sitting mine if I have it out of my hand. Then you get some of that reflection. Now you can see I do have this angled down already a little bit, even before I make any tweaks, so that light is angled down to start with, and that's because I normally do have it up just a little bit higher. Now, it doesn't have to be anything dramatic, but it does need to be off above your head a pretty noticeable bit. Now, the way all that works is when it's behind your head, if something isn't angled right, and yes, the rest of the lights in the garage mimic outdoor lights, because I'm a light snob, I can't help it. Now I've got backlighting, and I can keep flashing you. Maybe I shouldn't do that. Anyway, so the key here is control the lighting, the angle of reflections on the lenses, so they're not getting back right here to wherever the sensor, the camera, lens is. You want the lights to hit the lens and go off on about their merry little way. Now, of course, an anti-reflective coating reduces reflections on the lenses, and you see it does minimize those pretty nicely. It would be a lot worse if I did not have that coating on there, but again, it doesn't kill them all. It just helps reduce what normally would be there. So you can see, as I mentioned, the adjustment angle does matter. Now let's go back over. Okay, now I'm blinded. All right, so let's go back over here, and you can see, if the lenses are more flat, and let's actually get those on angle there. As I mentioned, that camera, or the light, is downwards a little bit. So they're pretty even. You can see that reflection right in the center. And as we tilt those up just a little bit, you can see the lenses begin to disappear. And that works kind of both ways. You can do it either way. Adding in panoscopic tilt is typically what we do with glasses to kind of get the prescription and the vision working as they should be. Now, this is not something you really want to do unless the prescription is properly calculated for that, or a milder prescription you can get by with it. Even a stronger prescription you can get by with it, but it's not optimal. And I like things to be optimal, obviously. Yeah. Now, on to this. Let's bring this guy up. Right straight in the freaking eyes. And you can see that changes things. So now even just that very small change of turning this guy straight back on eye level, you can see I've taken that tilt out of it. And let's bring it right down here, smack dab in front of my face. And head on, and you can see, oh yeah, if I drop the camera, not only am I blinded, but you can see that strong reflection right in the front of the lenses. You might even be able to see they're a little bit dirty because there's such an intense light there. But this is probably one of the worst cases. So I've got the light right in front of my eyes. It's perfectly flat, so it's right here in my face. And as we get closer, that gets a little bit better because it's a little bit softer. I can't see anything. Whew, yeah. Now I have done nothing major except move the light up a little bit, and I added, as I mentioned, that tilt back into it just a hair. It's not anything dramatic. It is 10, 15 degrees or so. And now you can see all the gray in my hair. Good Lord. Mine looks silvery or blonde or something. I don't know. There's a lot of textures and lights and reflections and things going on here, and I don't know what it is, and I'm losing my mind. And this is the first day I've had caffeine in 2 weeks. I feel back to myself, though, so that's good, right? Now, the lighting, as you can see, falls nice and crisp. So basically all I've done, I'll flip this right back around. So you can see now, no longer is the light right in front of my face. It's up there. It is angled down and still pretty close to. So it's a little intense, it's a little hard on the eyes. Hi! So you can see that difference there. It is up higher now. But with my face looking straight on at the camera, straight in front of me, and now I can actually sit the camera here if I did not have it all wonky. Yeah, I'm not going to fight with that. Anyways, so I can sit the camera there and it would be perfectly fine. There's no reflections on the lenses. There's nothing crazy going on, but what is kind of cool is you move around here, you can see, and this is more of the photographer's tricks, is the different intensity of the lighting on the different places. You can play with shadows and create all sorts of fun stuff and have a good time with it that way. But you can see, again, kind of as I move around here, there's still not any particular place you see a huge amount of reflection on the lenses. Now, you do see something, and this is kind of cool I want to talk about. Maybe we'll get into it in another video. But you see, the lenses, as clear as they look, still cast a shadow. And that is a nice fun topic for another video that we will get into another time, not today. Now, let's head back inside and take a look at the big window and what we can do to work with that just a little bit better. This is going to be pretty close to a nighttime scenario, or if you can control all the lighting, is going to be for daytime. Obviously in my garage I can turn the lights out, have just this if I wanted to. I don't, because that looks cool too and it's fun. Backgrounds are fun. That background is not. That's work stuffs. This is work stuffs. I like work stuffs. So now we're back inside, and straight across from that big bright natural light window I mentioned earlier, which, you know, it's great for me. It looks good. You can see all the things you don't want to see. I know what you don't want to see. I know what I don't want to see. Mostly my face. Oh well. But you've stuck around this long, so now you're stuck with it. And you'll see, actually, as I sit here and talk, just a very small adjustment in where my head is makes a huge difference in what you see on the glasses. If I bring it up like this more, you see the reflections more, and that's because, as I mentioned, the frames are already going to have a little bit of what we call a panoscopic tilt to them, which means essentially the front is further out than the bottom. This is a very exaggerated amount for the purposes of this video. That's like 20 degrees worth. That's abnormal. You don't want that. Typically about 5 to 10. Sometimes 15 is going to be the sweet spot depending on the person and where the ears are. It matters. But you can see, here we go. I haven't quite got this one in proper adjustment. Forgive me. So that little bit, 5 degrees more, matters. And you can see that's not huge. It's not a huge amount of tilt. It doesn't look awkward and weird. And then, yeah, I can hold my head normally. You don't see the reflections. Everything looks good. So even coming back to adjustment and how the frame fits on your face does matter for the amount of reflections you've got to deal with. Now, this is the one that's really hard and really common, but let's talk about being in front of a computer screen and trying to record a video, or even webcam, Zoom, all that stuff these days, because, yeah, we do a lot of that these days, and nobody wants to be in front of a computer screen and see nothing but glare instead of eyeballs, right? This is not what you want to be looking at when you're trying to do a Zoom call. Let's talk about that. So now we're in front of the computer screen. In this case, it's going to be a 27-inch IPS display, so definitely plenty of brightness to work with. I've actually got it dialed back a little bit for hoping you can still see my eyes to some degree. At least a little bit, right? Yeah, so if I bring my head up too much, you can see immediately, and this is kind of replicating what a webcam would be like if you're shooting from the camera on your screen on a laptop or whatever, or even worse if it's down a little bit lower. Not so great. So you definitely want to play with angles to get it right. As you bring this up and these down, it gets worse. So there you go. Head on, brightness up a little bit more, and you can see, and let's brighten. There we go. Okay, now that's bad. There we go. There we go. So you can see that reflection lens right in front of the eyes, but just a very small adjustment, even of my head, to bring it down, you can see that reflection goes pretty much away. So, yeah, pretty easy. Same concept as the light before. You want to get it off of the same plane of your eyes and the lens and the light source. So for all the times I have stated it, let's draw it out and take a look here. So say you've got the camera, the light source directly behind it, and you are, of course, right in front of the camera, right in front of the lens. You being the guy with the sunglasses on, because that light's so darn bright, like mine outside just a minute ago, right? So if all of this is on the same angle, say the glasses are right here on this square angle, your light source is right straight behind it, you're going to create a pretty noticeable reflection, plus the shadow of the camera, unless it's down here somewhere, like say TikTok or whatever. Then you're going to pick up that glare we were talking about, because the light comes from here, still bounces right back at the camera lens, which is what we want to try to prevent, right? So if you change the angle even of the lenses just a little bit, so if we do the same thing, camera here, light here, now the light comes over and it's reflected more away, right? So not all of it comes back at this. And that's basically the concept at play here. I've shown you in a few different scenarios, but this is the key. You basically want to control the light. So if your glasses are more flat, and then your camera's here and your light is up here, now your light source comes down and is still reflected back away. It's not all coming back right here to the camera. And my awful handwriting with whatever thing I found to draw with. Oh, it's a tulip fabric marker. I'm gonna be in trouble. Oopsie. But it draws really good on cotton paper anyways. Okay, so that's really what all of this comes down to. Everything I've shown you today takes basically the concept of the way light is reflected back. Now, clear lenses, we want those to be much more clear, and as I mentioned earlier, you saw those lenses were still shadowed a little bit because not 100% of light passes through them. And especially as you get brighter and brighter light sources, those reflections that do not pass through the lens get more and more obvious when they are reflected back to the camera. So all of that said, when you get closer to your light source, it's much larger, much more diffused, like this giant window we talked about earlier. It's more pleasing. You don't get harsh shadow, you don't get a harsh contrast on the face, everything looks nice and light and pleasing, and you don't get a lot of reflection on the lenses because in this case, the light's over here, it's hitting the front of the lenses, but it's going back off over there somewhere. Now, obviously, it's not enough light that it's making a reflection on the wall, but it's enough that, there you go, if I bring my angle of my face in just enough, the light actually bounces back and hits there. Like all these TikTok trends, you never know what you're going to get. Yeah, and sometimes you just appear in different glasses altogether, and who would I be if I didn't finish out in one of my signature pairs, like the classic, beautiful blue with all of the colors in it. Oh, I love how it displays in front of this window. Anyways, so that gives you some idea. In the next video, we're going to get into something a little bit different, since now we've talked about reflections and angles and anti-reflective coatings and how they control light. I have in my hands, not here right now, but I have 6 different sample lenses that show 6 different colors of anti-reflective coatings. We talked about blue and green recently, but as it turns out, there's a lot more, and it gets much more complicated than that. Blue and green are just the most common. I don't do common. You should have known better. So that's all I've got on reflections on the lens surfaces today and how to control it for your videos to get kind of the most pleasing effect. I hope this has helped you out. If it has, leave some feedback in the comments down below and let me know if it did, or if you thought I was a rambling idiot for 20 minutes. I'm sorry. I hope you've enjoyed this. I've had fun as usual, so I hope you got something out of it. I'll catch you guys next time.